first and last time you seen Busta Rhymes with a woman? Not in a music video. I'm talking about with some eye candy. You sure right. Every time you see Busta Rhymes, he's in another man's face. Last year, he had a red gown on stage, moving his hips left and right, shaking his badunkadunk. A lady was excited to see him. She walked behind him and tapped him on the hip. He got mad and threw water in her face. I'm like, you that mad? Damn. It's a picture on the internet. It looked like he in a dark alley with a tranny.
This little lawyer guy that was with us, bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, pulled him to the section, like through the road, and tucked him off in the corner.
Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWAHSHI'S, 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 Rakah, Kodash, that belongs to apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And, well, as this comes as no surprise, Esau's actually just laying out information, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care who records, who comes up with a lot of this stuff. But a lot of the stuff that these people once thought that these guys were some straight men or some straight women, it comes out to be some type of fallacy now. Because now that people find out that their famous people is a bunch of flames, sold out, and all this other stuff. And then they're the same ones that get mad and upset, talking about that, oh, that ain't true, and all this other stuff. The fact that these people be in denial about it, is just showing how much they worship this place, and that's the biggest thing with it. You see this man in a red dress dancing around and rapping, and I haven't seen that clip, but the fact that he's seen it, that tells you a lot. This tells you a lot. So these idols that these people be worshiping, they don't understand that these idols is the ones that's the very ones sold out. I mean, hell, you got a show called American Idol. What doesn't that tell you about it? So we see this time and time again. You see the basketball player wear a dress. You see a lot of male entertainers wear a dress and all this other stuff. And you had them coming out saying this for years about other people telling the stories on them. So the fact that the media is so hocked up in their minds really shows what it does to the mind. How much of a cutoff it is, because that's why people are so heavy into sports. How they talk about watching it. You don't hear people always talking about, like, I want to go ahead and do the sport. You always hear people talking about watching it. Why? Because they watch their favorite idol playing. And that's what the big difference is. It's more of an impact for them to watch their idol than to actually be out there on the field to actually do the game that they enjoy watching. And you got to sit here and wonder why. Because I being raised with a father, I didn't care for any idols. I liked the music, and that was it. Sports, I prefer playing the sport than actually watching it. So it never made a big difference to me. But I see from watching it on my side to their side, it's like, why would you get so caught up in that stuff when it does nothing for you? You hear the women talking about how much they love Chris Brown, but the man is married to a whole nother woman. He doesn't even give a crap about these women. And more likely he's been popped. But these women don't care. The men are the same way. So I got this right here. This is Wisdom of Solomon 14:29. It says, "For in so much as their trust is in idols, which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt." So, and this is going back to what I was mentioning. You got so much belief into your favorite rapper, your favorite comedian, and all this other stuff, or your favorite entertainer. And then when the truth comes out about them, or everybody's upset. The truth come out that they're flamed. They've been touching people. You look at Diddy. People actually really liked his music. So when it came to him, some people was actually having uproars behind it. So, and when it says they look not to be hurt, they believing that this trust they have in their idol will not backfire, but it does. Why? Because this is the fleshly manner. The fleshly manner is a deceitful thing. So, I mean, it's pretty much their fault after that point, anyways, for believing in this place, for believing in anything that makes them comfortable, just to try to escape some hell that they can inevitably escape. This is where it leads to their disappointment. Then they'll move on to the next big thing for them. Then they'll get disappointed in that. You see the revolving cycle. People was upset about Michael Jackson when they found out about the stuff he was doing. But so many people loved him. And this is the bait game that Esau plays, because he sets up figureheads, whether it be celebrities, your politicians, your presidents, to be the face of your belief, and it doesn't pan out. That's why they can come up with this big ass speech and then only do 25% of it. This is why the rappers can make all these subliminal musics, and then they can go tuck away, not caring about what truth comes out about them. Why? Because they make the money. They're how should I say, loaned money, because that's all it is. Meanwhile, the people thinking it's actual their money, when it's in reality it's not. Meanwhile, these people think that these are some holy idols, when in reality they're not. That is the difference between getting caught up in this society versus actually coming back to the Heavenly Father. That's what separates us from them. And sure, we got brothers that be caught, entertained by sports and certain other things, but we don't get caught up like the other people. That's how we come out of that madness. Get this real quick. This will be the last one. This was supposed to just be a short video. I just found it right before I was going to sleep. This is Jeremiah 50:6. It says, "My people have been lost sheep. The shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountain. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place." And this is basically us. We've gone astray. We've forgotten who we are. I mean, of course, this is prior to back then, but this is going into even today, because we forgot who we are. We forgot our resting place. To the point, this is all we know in this society. Money, women, clothes, entertainment, and politicians, anything that's not relating to the Heavenly Father. Right? It says, "All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, 'We offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord.' Their habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers." And this is what these heathens do. This is what Esau has done. That's why we're the biggest consumers. That's why the Esau would set up these other heathens to come in and make money off of us. Because that's even going back to Lazarus when they licking the wounds off of licking our wounds. This is the same thing. So this is why they have to pay for all the stuff that's been going on with us. Just all across the globe, because we're everywhere. Not just in America, but we're everywhere. It says, "Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the lands of the Chaldeans, and be as the he-goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain. And that's the Lord, and that's the destruction when the Lord pretty much gathers all pretty much everybody up in the valley of YAHAWAHSH'S, which is the Lord's judgment, to be resetted, to put it nicely, if so I don't get flagged. But yeah, to be resetted, be wiped out because of the atrocities that all these nations done with us. All these bastards had a hand in our slavery and through our captivities. The Lord's just returning the favor at this point, and that's why we wait patiently. That's why the only thing we get caught up into is the Heavenly Father. Of course, we have down times and all this other stuff, but we have a mission, and that mission requires us waiting and keep being sturdy in the faith, and keep that blade sharpened. Not an actual blade but the spiritual blade. All right. So that's all I wanted to go into that. So this was a little edifying, and with that, shalom.